So you've been longing for a raise, but you're not sure how to go about asking for it. Don't march into your boss's office until you do your homework, or you may not get the bump in salary you're after. Here with some tips on how to prepare before you ask for a raise is life strategist and author of You Were Born an Original, Don't Live Like a Copy, Jonathan Sprinkles. Jonathan, thanks for joining us live from Houston this morning.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So first of all, my question is, with so few jobs out there, is it even time to consider asking for a raise?
Absolutely. What you have to do, though, is you have to understand that right now we're in this place where fear, blame, and entitlement have been woven into our society. So now we are looking to somebody else to bail us out of everything. And we have to be willing to replace that fear, blame, and entitlement with self-determination and personal responsibility. And that's what made America great as a country. That's what makes us great now. And that's going to be your ticket toward getting the raise that you deserve.
Okay, now certainly there's some people that maybe shouldn't be asking for a raise. And what signs are there that maybe you should step back and wait before asking for a salary increase, even though you think you deserve one?
Well, you have to be able to quantify it. Really, it's a business decision. If you look at the professional market in sports, a lot of people are getting bigger contracts than ever before because their agents are able to say, this is how much value this person brings to the team. And this is what it's going to do for your overall portfolio. And if you're able to quantify why you're able to get a raise and say, this is what I bring, then that's what's going to allow you to be able to get that raise. One of my colleagues, best-selling author Garrett Gunderson, said in his book, Killing Sacred Cows, he said, money chases value. So if you know you're adding value to your organization and you can quantify this, the money's going to come.
All right, let's begin with some of your tips on how to prepare for this conversation. The first thing you do is say fire yourself. Why would you want to do that?
Yes. Well, you think about it this way. You ask yourself this question. If I had to tomorrow reapply for this same position tomorrow, what would I say to get myself rehired? What superlatives can I associate with my own personal performance? What can I say about me being the first, the most, the only, or the fastest? See, this is where the money is. You have to take a very honest look at yourself in comparison to everyone else in your competitive landscape, everyone else in the marketplace. And all the superlatives that you have, those would be the reasons why the company would want to retain you, and ultimately the reason why they would want to pay you more and give you more money.
All right, now the next thing you say, and very intriguing, is change your identity. Explain this one.
Yeah, changing your identity just simply means that you cannot allow yourself in this new economy. Notice I didn't say bad economy or good economy. In the new economy, you cannot be known for doing just one thing. Now are the days of the teams doing, teams that used to be 5 people now being reduced to just 3 or sometimes 2. And guess what, folks? It ain't gonna change. Businesses are just learning how to get people to do more with less. So you have to be known for being more than just one job function, and that's what's going to allow you to show that you are more valuable to the organization. So the more you can do, the better off you are. So if your job were unexplainedly cut, if that position were cut, then obviously you can move on to something very quickly and seamlessly. You want to be like a human Swiss Army knife.
That's a really important point in this economy. What do you mean by send your boss packing as one of your tips?
Send your boss packing means this. Everybody has a portion of their job that just stinks, right? We have a portion of a job that we just don't like. Well, this is your opportunity. What you want to do is ask your boss and say, look, if there were 1 or 2 things that you could take off of your plate that would make your life a whole lot better, what would those things be? Because not every portion of everybody's job is proprietary. Sometimes certain tasks are assigned to people just because there's nobody else to do it. And so those things that your boss doesn't like to do, you can take off his or her plate, and then that will allow him or her to focus on what they enjoy and ultimately it's going to send a sign to your boss and everyone else that says, I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready to not only be able to do my job at a high level, when it's time for a promotion, I've already been doing an important function of your job, so I'm obviously going to be the next one in line. So it doesn't have to be anything always very deep or anything. It could just be organizing team meetings. It could be aggregating data, just anything that will allow your boss to take a little breather, and then he or she will also be indebted to you when it's time for promotions or raises.
That's another good strategy. Now, your next point, Jonathan, is watch your mouth. And what do you mean by this? Are we talking about office gossip?
Absolutely. Look, people talk. And people talk about you. So understand that people are going to have a reputation about you, and you don't always control what people say about you, but you do control whether it's true or not. So what I mean by saying watch your mouth is you have to be very careful about not allowing yourself to get caught up in that office gossip about what's wrong with the company. Instead, you need to make it your business to be known as being the most positive and enthusiastic person in your organization. Even if you don't have anything else to say, anything else to offer in a meeting except for, look, folks, we're all in this together. We're going to figure out a solution. We're going to get it together. We are going to win. Look, when it's time to move people to the next level and when things get better in our economy, and they will, we will always remember you as being the person who inspired us and helped us to achieve on a higher level. Thus, you would be the one who would be seen as being a better candidate for higher level position. You can influence more people to perform even higher.
Okay, we have time for one more of your great tips, Jonathan, and that is to choose a champion, a hard worker who you respect and admire. Why is this important to do?
Well, bottom line is you have to find somebody who has the respect, the results, or the reputation that you're looking for. That will be the person who will be like your role model. And then you always know that it's possible, and all you have to do is make it happen yourself. Just like Michael Jackson said, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change.
I love that song. That's definitely on the top of my iPod. That was some really good advice. Author Jonathan Sprinkles, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it.